Joe Arpaio raised some eyebrows this summer when he said his office was still investigating President Obama's birth certificate.
But Arpaio insisted that taxpayers were not footing the bill. Investigative reporter Morgan Lowe found internal emails and documents that say otherwise.
We're telling you the document is a forgery.
July 2012, Sheriff Arpaio and his volunteer posse man, Mike Zullo, lay out their case. President Obama's birth certificate is a fake.
We believe that the certificate presented to the American public by the White House is a forgery.
That announcement lit up conspiracy theories, but failed to gain any real traction. Online, experts poked holes in the sheriff's birther theory.
Arpaio's birther team was looking for a way to defend their prior report.
Teresa Harvey Rollins is an attorney who's followed the birther movement. The sheriff's investigation was dead in the water for a year until a meeting in a North Phoenix hotel room in October 2013. The sheriff and a software developer named Dennis Montgomery. According to court paperwork from the sheriff's contempt case, Montgomery claimed he could prove a conspiracy involving the U.S. Department of Justice targeting Arpaio, and he said he could help with the birther investigation.
There was an attempt to have Montgomery construct some kind of defense of Arpaio's claims that the birth certificate was forged.
Arpaio's own detectives became skeptics, and they had good reason. Montgomery had been accused of fraud and forgery before. By 2015, MCSO's own emails show Montgomery's data was bogus. Mike Zullo emailing Montgomery, "I still don't have the birth certificate finished."
This was a disaster.
Former County Attorney Rick Romley says the way the sheriff's office paid Montgomery was highly unusual.
What do they normally do when the confidential informant doesn't produce?
Well, normally law enforcement agencies do not give them money until they produce.
Sheriff Arpaio has maintained that no taxpayer money was used in the birther investigation. Here he is in a deposition this past July.
It didn't cost the taxpayers any money.
Who paid for it?
It was a volunteer posse that did this investigation, so it wasn't something you or the taxpayers had to pay for.
But billing records and emails show taxpayers did pay. At least $120,000 paid to Montgomery for the conspiracy and birther investigations, and all travel expenses for that volunteer posse member, Mike Zullo, paid by MCSO. We requested an interview with Sheriff Arpaio, but his office turned us down. So we showed up at one of the sheriff's news conferences.
Sheriff, how much money did your office pay Dennis Montgomery?
Well, right now, you know and I know that this is a press conference, and I'm not going to deviate. So if you have any questions about other things, call my office.
I called your office and they referred me to your attorney. Do you feel like you got duped by Montgomery?
Of course, Morgan Lowe joining us now live on this Thursday night. Okay, has the sheriff's office or the sheriff himself responded to any of this at all?
They said they were going to look into it, but they never got back to me today. And MCSO has never commented on anything having to do with Dennis Montgomery in the past.
But you said that the department spent at least $120,000. Is there the possibility that they spent even more than that?
There is a possibility they spent more. Remember, we only found out about this through court records.